I'm going to try to do the Tumblr accent challenge. As I saw another Iowan do it, I thought, well, maybe because I'm quite a bit older than he, that my accent might be a little bit different. He was from, didn't say where in Iowa he was from. My experience is that there's kind of a difference in the accents in Iowa. And I've lived away from Iowa for a couple decades now, so my accent is probably not as strong as it used to be. But I grew up in northern Iowa, near Mason City, Iowa. Some say that we have more of a Minnesota accent than we do an Iowa accent, just because of maybe the ethnic makeup of that area. But I've lived also in eastern Iowa and in Dubuque. Another place in northern Iowa I lived was in Decorah, which had a very, very similar accent to where I grew up. Visited quite a bit in the Clinton area, as well as around Sheffield, which was further south than my area of northern Iowa. I was actually in Forest City, Iowa, or as we say, Forest City, Iowa. Some people then get confused and think we're talking about the Quad Cities, but nope, it's Forest City, but we just are lazy, I guess. Also lived in southwest Iowa for several years. Noticed that they had a bit of a different accent than ours in northern Iowa. So then we're supposed to do a word list, and this is the word list that they give us. Pronounce these words fairly quickly as you would naturally. So the first word is wash, oil, theater, data, crayon, ruin, spitting image, toilet, syrup, ant, roof, route, salmon, caramel, fire, water, again, both, probably, Alabama, lawyer, coupon, Massachusetts, caught, envelope, although I remember saying envelope also, but I think envelope was the right word. GIF, I don't know what that is. GIF, or in a GIF, GPOY, I have no idea. New Orleans, and then they want us to pronounce Alabama again. I would also probably add in that word Iowa and Minnesota. Okay. And then it wants us to answer these questions. What do you call the situation when you throw toilet paper on the house? We called it TPing. What do you call gym footwear? Tennis shoes, or we used to say tennies. What do you call your grandparents? We called them grandma and grandpa. Once in a while, we would use the Norwegian words bestefar or bestemor. What do you call the bubbly carbonated drink? We always said pop. What do you call the supermarket with which you are, what do you call the thing in the supermarket with which you are carrying your groceries? We called it a grocery cart. Would you be a wizard or a vampire? Have no opinion on that. Although I think Harry Potter's pretty cool. What do you call the phenomenon when rain falls when the sun is shining? An anomaly. Boy, that's strange. I don't think we had a word for it. Can you believe it's raining and the sun shining? What do you call a very close friend? We said best friend. What do you call the device to change the TV channel with? I call it a remote now after much practice, but growing up, we didn't have one, but we called it a clicker. 3 words, any 3 words that I'd like to say. I would say again, boat, Minnesota, house, houses. So that's the accent that I speak with. My family says as I get closer to home, my accent gets much more pronounced as I get close to northern Iowa, and then it becomes quite natural just to be around family and friends. You kind of let your guard down. Being away from your home area, I've discovered you try to normalize or standardize your accent uh, so you don't stick out. So anyway, thank you.